whenever you see this video, I would like to express that you must see our earlier video on NMR, nuclear magnetic resonance, NMR, specifically NMR basics. Okay, so NMR basics has to be clear before you come to this video, otherwise you may not get the concept properly. Okay, so now in our nuclear magnetic resonance video, we have described any nucleus, okay, whose spin quantum number is not equal to 0, okay, poses a nuclear that is angular momentum. Okay, it can rotate. Okay, this is one of the property that we have described for any nucleus having spin quantum number 0. But this rotation can be observed for those kind of nucleus when we place an external magnetic field, okay, and the nucleus start to precess. That means you can say it start to rotate with an angular frequency, and this frequency is known as precessional frequency or V press that we have already shown earlier video. Okay, now this rotation gives rise another property in the nucleus known as nuclear magnetic moment. Okay, because magnet, in presence of magnet, it is showing its spin. Now V precision is greatly depend upon the equation that we have already discussed, that is external magnetic field. The more that the magnetic field influence this nucleus, it rotate more faster manner. So now this orientation we call that parallel rotation, because parallel to the external magnetic field, and that's why this property also can be explained as paramagnetic quality of nucleus. Okay, now the next thing is when we give from the outside equal frequency of radio frequency, which is equal to V precision, then this nucleus, especially this is 1H proton we are showing you as per the last video that what I have discussed. So this nucleus take up this extra amount of energy and start to oppose this external magnetic field. So this is if this is plus half the nucleus rotation, and this become minus half. So that's why nuclear magnetic moment can be also described as nuclear dipole moment, because it is kind of a dipole. So this is known as this property is known as nuclear diamagnetic property, because this is anti-parallel. Okay, so this is diamagnetic property, this is paramagnetic. So in this case it's opposing the external magnetic field, and then after that I have told, if you cut the radio frequency for sometimes it is again come back, then again if you start to give, then it will go to the higher energy level. So this continues, so nucleus said to be in resonance. Okay, and that's how nuclear magnetic resonance we have explained. But thing is, now when we are talking about some of the example, like if we take the example of the structure of this molecule. Okay, now in this structure, if you see, we have 4 proton. Okay, now ideally with this concept, all the proton should take same amount of radio frequency. Like for example, if my magnetic field strength is 14.1 Tesla, so ideally the operating frequency we known as V operating. Okay, frequency is 600 megahertz. This is the one that we irradiate the nucleus. So every nucleus should absorb 600 megahertz and said to be in resonance, but it is not happening because there is some twist in the tail. Okay, so what is that? Now every nucleus is surrounded by a electron cloud, that we must not forget. Okay, so this electron cloud is very important to explain, because I have already explained any spinning charge body, they behave like a magnet. So when this electron moves, they try to oppose the external magnetic field. Okay, so more the electron density, more it's opposing the external magnetic field. So that means the entire magnetic field is not affecting the nucleus. So now this equation we have to modify. B experienced, that is nothing but B applied, okay, minus B opposed. Why B opposed? Because somebody is opposing that external magnetic field. Now if the nuclear density is high, okay, so density is high, then electron density, if it is high, okay, then we can say that particular nucleus is shielded, okay. And if it is the electron density is less, if the electron density around the proton is reduced, then we can say that particular nucleus is de-shielded, okay. So definitely if the electron cloud is less, if it is de-shielded, that means the electron cloud is less and it is not opposing in that effective manner, okay, to the external magnetic field, because the more the denser the electron cloud, more its capacity to opposing the external magnetic field. So in that case, suppose my B opposition is increased, okay, so then the difference is reduced, so my B experience is reduced, okay. So that's how, if you see in this 4 type of proton, this hydrogen is having adjacent to electronegative atom or electron withdrawing atom, which pull the electron cloud. Now I am going to show you the electron cloud over here, okay. Now this electron cloud I have shown more denser and this is lighter, because these 2 oxygens is pulling